Back in the dark ages, around 1993, I worked for a medical transcription firm as their sysadmin. We were doing some cutting-edge IT stuff, and getting transcriptions printed at the hospitals remotely, using print queues with the modem number hard-coded in, and the system would look for queues with anything in them and dial the number if it found something in that queue. It worked really well, until it didn't. I was the only sysadmin in this city, so I was on call 24/7/365 and was averaging 3 hours of sleep per night, when I could go home, and trying to catch little catnaps here and there when I could. Anytime something would go wrong on the hospital side, I would have to go to the hospital and fix it. A few months after I started, the two of the VPs from Corp relocated to my city, since we were the most productive city with the highest profits. The first thing they did was come up with an excuse to fire the current director, then they took over operations themselves. Then my job went from taking care of our systems to taking care of the doctor's computers too. I did what I could, but I was also sending out resumes. Then I was told to go to a hospital and see why the printing stopped. I remember this day. I hadn't been home for 2 days and had been going non-stop for 18 hours. I get there, someone had unplugged the modem. I plug it back in, call comes in, and jobs start printing. This doctor walks over and tells me that VP number 1 told him that I would go out to his house and work on his home computer. I politely explain to the doctor that I can't do that, and that I'm heading home to get some sleep. Then I head back to the office to pick up a few things before heading home. As soon as I walk through the door, I get escorted straight to the VP's office. Both VP number 1, VP number 2, and the office manager are there. They proceed to start chewing me out. I just started laughing at them. I'm the only person in a 1,000 miles that knows anything about this system. They lose their temper and tell me I'm fired and am to leave immediately. I really said thank you. Then left. This was December 15th, my oldest son's birthday. On the way home, I stop a mom and pop computer store where I know some of the people to drop off a resume. They tell me that they have no openings right now but will call me when they do. I talk to a couple friends while I'm there, then head on home. The only thing I'm worried about is telling my GF that I got fired. I walk through the door, she's at work. I see the answering machine blinking, so I hit play. Mom and Pop Computer Store, our primary Novell engineer just quit. Are you still available? I call them back and let them know I'll be there tomorrow. That began a much more peaceful career, with better pay, rotating on call, and most every weekend and holiday off. By the way, the medical transcription firm imploded. The VPs were fired. They floundered for about a year and were bought up by a competing firm.